I'm Sam.
And I'm Greg.
We're human beings. And we like movies.
We'll be doing reviews of brand new releases,
Old classics,
entire sagas,
and even TV shows and video games.
This is Reaction Time.
Welcome to episode 56. I forgot to say hi.
Hi, welcome to episode 56.
What is happening?
I am Batman.
And I am Gus. Okay, today we have a lovely podcast for you.
You're supposed to be Robin, dude.
I'm Robin.
Robin.
We got
our second annual Jake Gyllenhaal of the month.
I'm so mad because
Why?
I was driving home and I was like, oh my gosh, I got a great name for all of this. Gyllenhaal January. And then I was like, it's freaking February.
Gyllenhaal
I was like stoked
February.
about that idea for probably 30 minutes. I was like, oh, I'm
Nice.
such a genius. And I'm not. I'm an idiot. A true real life idiot.
Maybe next January.
Maybe next January. But second Jake Gyllenhaal movie of the month. And we'll probably see a third.
Yeah.
Isn't Roadhouse this month?
I think so. I think we talked about this last time.
So we're watching at least 3.
Yeah, at
Maybe
least.
more. Nobody knows.
I
Total
could have
miss.
you watch The Guilty. That's another Gyllenhaal. It's a Netflix original.
Broken Mountain. Are we watching that one?
I'd rather.
What about Spider-Man Far From Home?
We could do that too.
It's a good one.
It's a great one.
Anyway,
we gotta watch No Way Home.
so today we're talking about a movie that I had really never heard of
Yeah. Did you even know what it was about?
called Nightcrawler. No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I love that.
So I had a few ideas going into this movie of what it was going to be. The first thing that popped into my head, what's the name of the X-Man who he's kind of spooky, he's got like a forked tongue and a tail, and he can like disappear and show up in different places? What's his name? Is his name Nightcrawler?
Maybe.
Because that was the first thing that popped in my head. Nightcrawler X-Men. Yep. So his name's Nightcrawler. And so I was like, okay.
Is Jake Gyllenhaal
So
an
maybe
X-Men?
it's something like that. And then I was like, no, there's probably no way it's anything even remotely similar to that.
Because you totally would have heard about it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And so I was thinking, okay, he's a thief, maybe. Or it's just an action movie.
Yeah.
I was wrong
On every account.
on every account.
Yeah.
So spoiler
And then
free
it's-
here for a little bit.
And then it
but
starts out like you were talking about with the last movie, where it's almost like seems like a rom-com type of thing
yeah.
with source code,
Yeah.
and then like 5 minutes into it, and you're like, oh,
He starts all of his movies at train stations.
yeah.
Every movie he's ever been at started at a train station. But anyways,
Oh yeah, definitely spoiler free.
yeah, definitely spoiler free here for a moment while we talk about this movie. So Craig,
Yeah,
do you like this movie?
I do.
How much on a scale from 1 to 10 do you like this movie?
So I was telling Sam this. It's very weird not having seen a movie for so long, and then coming back and seeing it again, and then judging it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have to put this at a 9, though.
Wow.
Yeah,
A full 9.
a full 9.
Why?
Mainly, I think because of Jake Gyllenhaal and how
Okay.
good he is, because he's very different in this movie. He's a super weird dude.
Super weird.
Super weird, and he does it
Way weird.
perfectly.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, some kind of crazy stuff that happens, and some twists.
This movie is pretty bizarre
It's very bizarre.
in a very good way.
yeah. What are you gonna give it?
That's tricky
It is.
because it is so weird.
It's very weird.
I give it an 8.8.
Okay.
I
was thinking you were gonna go that you didn't like it. Just
No.
how you were talking.
No, it's just, it threw me off so far from whatever scent I thought I had. I thought he was going to be some action hero in this movie.
Yeah.
He was not.
No.
So, yeah, I mean,
Very well acted.
oh, dude.
He's so good.
His range
Oh,
is shown off in this.
yeah.
He's so weird.
There's one moment, and I won't like it's not really a spoiler, but there's one moment where he kind of loses it in this mirror.
Oh, it's so good.
And it's so terrifyingly good.
He is
his eyes and just like, because he's just straight up angry, and it's like, you're gonna kill me right now.
Yeah, it is. I can't even. It's very hard to explain it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be able to explain it better in spoilers.
Probably not.
Probably not.
We finished it, and Lindsay's like, I don't like this movie. We've watched it like this is like maybe our third time watching it. And I think she liked it the first time. And I think the more it's progressed, maybe the more like, it's kind of dark.
It's pretty dark.
Yeah.
It's like a weird dark.
It's a weird dark.
It's hard to explain. It's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it. I don't even know who to recommend this movie to. Seriously.
This is a hard one because it's like, I want to recommend it to a lot of people because it's such a bizarre movie from start to finish that it's like, you kind of got to see it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a very well-made movie.
It
like,
is.
Very well made.
Yeah.
But it's out there.
It's simple.
Yeah, it's not out there like weird. It's more of out there in just its simple darkness.
Yeah. Its premise is unique.
Yeah, it's very unique.
I had some predictions during the movie that I got mostly wrong. So I have a cool idea for a movie because I was wrong. It's not a weird movie.
No,
really,
it's not.
But it is.
But it is. Yeah.
Because the premise is so unique.
It's a different weird.
So there's not like a specific group of people who would like this movie. It's so hard to explain. You guys, it's a good movie.
If you really love Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. If you want to see some range from an actor.
I want 100% highly recommend it.
For sure.
This is where you get the meme of him turning around and pointing with the smile.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Meme boy.
Meme boy.
We have to jump into spoilers.
Okay.
I can't figure out how to talk about this movie. I'm speechless about it. Subscribe and go follow us on social media. And rate the podcast.
Dude, subscribe to our YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We have some cool tournaments.
Yeah. Yes. Go vote on all of our tournaments on YouTube.
That are over.
We'll make a new one.
Oh, yeah. We're starting a new one.
Okay. Here we go. We're jumping into spoilers.
Go.
Spoilers. Okay.
Okay, what are your thoughts? What do you need to get off your chest?
He is probably autistic.
Yeah.
And I could not figure it out, but he's the bad guy in the movie.
Oh, 100%.
But he's
not really a bad person.
He is.
He is, but
he films his friend dying and he blackmails somebody for sex. So let's try to figure out.
Okay, he's a bad person, but he's not like, oh, I'm an evil person. He's just not. He doesn't have the right mindset.
He's bad. He's not a bad person, but he's bad at being a person.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Man, he is so. His delivery of the character and his delivery of lines in such a uniquely monotone way.
Oh my gosh, it's freaky.
It's freaky, but in an intriguing way. Not this guy's like acting his heart out right now.
No.
But it's the whole movie. You're trying to figure him out.
Yeah,
and it's bizarre. There's so many things that he should yell at somebody that he does not. He just explains it.
Yeah,
and it's so weird.
Yeah. Especially, and the only time he yells at his partner is the first time. And then when he's like, maybe, I don't remember exactly what he says, but like, give me a little bit of time. I don't do well under pressure. And then after that, he's very calmly talking to him. Where do we go next?
Oh, it's so weird. Okay, real quick. If you're listening to this and you haven't actually seen the movie because you just listen anyway, basically Jake Gyllenhaal is kind of at the beginning of the movie a con man looking for ways to make money.
Yeah.
He ends up figuring out that people can basically chase police scanners find crazy things that are happening, videotape them, and sell them to the news.
Yeah.
So he gets into that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're actually called Nightcrawlers in real life. I'll bet they are.
They say it one time.
It's probably, they say it.
Yeah.
So I'll bet it's similar to like ambulance chasers with lawyers,
I'm sure where they're more usually nighttime stuff. Like Nightcrawler might be a more like a specific type of newscasting thing.
Yeah. So anyway, he gets really good at it, but he's also a little shady about it.
Yeah.
So he just really figures out how to get there, where to be, all of this stuff. And he is filming the gory stuff. He will go up to people who are in the middle of dying and get right up in their face with this camera.
Yeah.
And he's selling it to this news station, and this lady at this news station eats it up and she loves it.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, we're the only people who are going to have this.
Yeah.
And it just kind of progresses from there.
And he starts to stage the stuff. Like he's moving dead people so that he gets a better shot
and
of them.
He's not committing the crimes.
No.
But I thought that's what was going to happen.
Yeah, he was going to start committing them.
Because I was like, oh, that could be a cool idea for a movie. Because I thought what was going to happen, because he gets a couple crimes in, and then he misses one, and he gets super angry about it. And then I was thinking, what if he starts committing the crimes, and then he's the first one there on the scene?
Yeah.
He kills somebody, and then he's there with the camera. I'm like, that would be cool.
That'd be cool. And I thought
That'd be
that
cool,
too.
like
I thought that
detective
exact
type
same
movie
thing too.
where they're looking for this guy the whole time, and it's him, and
Yeah.
it's the news guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's a cool premise. It's unique and really well acted, especially by him.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just bizarre. He's very bad with people.
Yeah.
And he ends up getting a partner, and his partner basically says, you're bad with people. And he's like, what if I'm not bad with people? Or what if it's not that I don't understand people? What if it's that I don't like them?
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my gosh, this guy.
But he says it in such a monotone way, but at the same time, his visual, like his face and stuff, it's such an evil way he says it. Even though the way he says it isn't actual evil, it's just so monotone.
Yeah.
But you're like, oh, I didn't like that.
Let's talk visuals.
Okay.
My gut tells me that there are zero VFX shots,
Yes.
zero CGI shots. Everything looked practical, which I really liked.
Yeah.
Even when people would get shot, there wasn't a lot of blood like spurting.
No. And
there might have been
they
a
got
couple
shot from like far away.
but I think they were like blood squibs that were
Yeah.
actually blowing up on these people's bodies. So I think everything was practical. The freaking car chase at the end was great.
It was
and also,
so good.
It's a Challenger.
Dude, Challenger,
I mean,
man.
Come on.
So beautiful.
There's almost no better car to actually have a car chase in.
No.
It's freaking great.
Yeah.
Just like, and I was listening to it, and it's just like the roar of the Challenger, like, it
Every
scratches
time he
an
like
itch.
squeal to like do a U-turn, you're just like, oh yeah.
Well, and he hits that freaking crazy. What I love is he's just this weirdo videographer guy, and then he hits this sick drift in the Challenger. I'm like, where's this guy getting these skills? It's like sideways on the road chasing the police car, and I'm like, bro, in his free time out there drifting.
Oh, 100%.
So it was sick.
Fast and Furious 11.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
And I just think they did a really good job. And I think the framing was good, and just
The shots were cool.
Yeah, it was really good. Shots were great.
Couple notes. Him organizing the pictures on the fridge to make it look better and more dramatic.
Yeah.
Again, it's that like sick, twisted, that's horrible for you to do that. But in his eyes, he's just getting a better shot.
Yeah.
It's for the people.
Part of you thinks maybe he doesn't understand what's socially acceptable or what's legally acceptable, kind of. But the other part of you realizes he knows, but he also knows he's just going to go in and just do it.
Yeah, he's a con man. He wants to make more money.
Yeah, there's this shooting at this house, and so this house basically gets shot up, but there's nobody dead inside. And he sees that the door's open, so he just walks in to video what's in the house.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
Right?
But the door's open.
But the door's open. He's like, the door was open, so I went in. I went in to help. Like, okay.
I already talked about him moving the dead guy to get a better shot.
Yeah.
The one thing that I thought was hilarious was the ad of the two animals. I can't remember what they were. The like wolves or something. They're like potatoes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. I was just like, what is this randomness?
Yeah, it's weird.
And then I have such a nice Challenger.
Yeah.
and him doing the point.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and one other thing that was cool was towards the end when the cops are shooting the people inside of the restaurant, one of the guys goes flying out the window. The guy who escapes,
Yeah.
he goes flying out the window. And I was looking at it and I was like, why did he go flying so far? Because that's not getting shot by a 9mm.
No,
That's like if you get shot by like a 50 cal.
Was that
but
the
even that,
kickback, or was that him running out, like jumping out the?
no, I think he like flies backwards out of the window.
Did he? I couldn't remember if that or if he was like jumping like through the glass
Yeah, but
to like try and escape.
either way,
Either
it
way,
looked
it's
cool.
crazy.
I mean, a lot of the visuals kind of set up intensity too, just with the way they kind of filmed him filming things.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, that just because he was filming things all the time that he really shouldn't have been filming at all, it just felt like so high stakes. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but it was cool.
Well,
I really liked it.
what do you want to give the visuals? It's like, I mean,
I think I'm gonna give it a 200.
that's what I was gonna give it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
No, actually, hold on. I have to ask you a question
Okay,
first
okay.
because this might just be device formatting. But
Was yours
did
shrunk?
yours look
Yeah.
okay? I was wondering. I was like, oh, maybe it's just my phone,
No, I watched it on my TV.
and it was
it
was
seemed
squished
shrunk.
just a
Yeah.
little bit,
Yeah.
huh?
But I swear, when we've watched it on Netflix, I swear it wasn't like
Did you
that.
watch it on Prime?
Yes.
Okay,
I rented it on
maybe
Prime.
it's Prime's fault.
Yeah, because when I first started it, I saw, just like the FBI seal thing.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, that looks a little weird. And then we were watching it and like, Lindsay looks at it and she's like, this looks like it's shrunk. And I'm like, you think? And then we kept watching and we're like, this definitely looks just a little bit, almost like they went full screen, but didn't expand it both ways.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm glad that wasn't just me. I got used to it. It wasn't terrible,
No, it was fine.
but
Might have just been Prime.
yeah. Okay, I'm going to that scene real quick because I have to know. I have to know.
What happened?
Where is it? Dude, it was such a good scene.
It was so good.
Okay, sorry.
And just how quickly it happened. Like
Yeah.
the two cops come in and they're just kind of like sitting down, not even sitting down, but they're just standing up like they're going to order some food. And then as soon as the backup arrives, it's just like gun shooting.
Yeah, the guy just stands up and starts shooting people.
Yeah.
Okay, he gets shot. Oh, it looks like the guy jumps out of the window.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, okay.
I thought he just jumped out of the window.
I thought he had gotten shot. And I was like, that's crazy. These guys all have like 9mm.
Maybe the cop pulled out a shotgun.
I know. He's like point blank. Okay, story.
So at the beginning, when he steals the watch from the cop, did he kill the cop?
I don't think so.
Because there's a quick news recap when he's watching the first time, and it says fellow cop dies, and that was it. Like it just quickly goes after that, and I'm like,
But the guy wasn't a cop, right? He was just like a security guard.
was he just? I guess because he
think
talks
so.
about being.
Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe.
But where did he go?
I think
to
he
have
probably
killed-
just beat him up.
But then why? I guess maybe he couldn't find him.
Yeah, how do you find a guy who's just a rando in an alley, you know? I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Good question. Jake Gyllenhaal's character is creepy.
Him laughing at the TV while he's holding the iron.
Yeah, he's so weird. It just
Like the crap, dude.
he's just off. Like everything about him is off. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Because even when he's kind of being personable, there's still something that is just inside of him that has just shifted slightly.
Yeah.
I can't even really explain it, but even when he kind of towards the end, he walks into the newsroom and he says hi to some newscaster. He's like, "Hey, I can tell it's Friday because you're wearing that tie," and it's still just like just a hair off, which honestly I think it speaks volumes about his acting.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I think it's easy to be super weird,
Yeah.
but to be like weird but just a little off.
Yeah.
That I think is
That's
a whole
creepy.
different category.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's just so one of my favorite things that happens and it's kind of an example of something that happened several times. But his rival news videographer shows up and says, "You're like, I'm expanding my business. I'm going to add a second van, and I want you to be in on it."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I don't want to do that. I don't care to work with you."
Yeah.
And the guy's pushing him and pushing him and pushing him. And he just looks at him in the face and he goes, "I feel like grabbing you by the ears and screaming at you right now."
And it's so calm.
It's so weird.
But it's like, who
It's
just says
bizarre.
that? Who just says that to somebody?
It's so weird. Oh.
Even
And
like,
just the way he talks to everybody.
yeah. Well, even
weird.
like they're when him and his partner and he's filling up the gas in the Challenger.
Yeah.
And Jake Gyllenhaal, he's just kind of scrubbing off a little like freaking smudge on his windshield or something. And they both sit down and he's like, I've been really happy with your progress. I think you've been growing a lot. He's like, but you spilled gasoline on my car and that eats the paint. If you do that again, I will terminate you immediately.
Yeah.
And you're like,
And it wasn't
okay.
It wasn't he just said it matter of fact.
Yeah, just like
Not aggressive
no, it
or
wasn't
even
like I will terminate you
it
immediately.
didn't feel threatening.
No.
But the words were threatening. It's so weird. It's so hard to explain without actually like seeing it happen.
Oh man.
So I mean, yeah, just weird. My favorite part is they're in the car towards the end, and what's his buddy's name? His partner's name?
Rick.
Rick?
Yeah. And he's Lou.
Okay, Rick and Lou. That's
Yeah.
right. So Rick says, basically Rick wants a raise because Lou is making crazy money.
He's
He's making thousands of dollars off of each video, basically.
And Rick is making $30 a night.
Rick makes $30 a night,
Yeah.
which is crazy. And he has to do so much stuff.
Yeah.
And he wants a raise. And, Lou's like, okay, pick a number. And he's like, $75 a night. It's like, okay,
Agreed.
agreed. And Rick goes, I could have gotten more, couldn't I?
He's like,
He's
absolutely.
like, absolutely. and then they figure out that there's going to be a $50,000 reward because they're going to call the cops on these on these bad guys that they know about.
Yeah.
And Rick's like, do I get a part of that? And he's like, no.
It's like, I just gave you a raise.
Like, I just gave you a raise.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's
Yeah.
what he's just like, no, I just gave you a raise.
Yeah. But then they agree on half.
And then they grind half, and then he basically kills him by
Yeah.
proxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sad.
He knew he was there.
So that's the thing is...
Poor Rick.
Poor Rick.
Can we get an F in the chat for Rick?
F in the chat for Rick. Rick was a
Dude.
good guy,
Rick
man.
was a great guy.
Here's the thing. The entire time Lou is not great, ethically off,
Mm-hmm.
morally troubled, but not really doing anything mega horrible, right?
Right.
Some things that are questionable, but maybe not technically illegal.
Yeah, I mean,
until kind of the end. I mean, walking into somebody's house is illegal, but if everybody's dead and you can claim that you were there to check on things, you're not going to go to jail, right? It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But then at the end, basically they call the cops on these bad guys that they know about. The cops chase
they
them.
staged when they're going to call the cops
Yes.
on the bad guys.
Yes, they
so he
follow the
already
bad
knows
guys.
who the bad guys are. He
Right.
knows where they're at, and they follow him so they're in a better spot to film it.
Yeah. And, there's only one guy left. He's driving this Cadillac. He ends up crashing, rolling the Cadillac. Lou gets out of the car and says, okay, he's dead. Come get the shot. Make sure you zoom, whatever.
Yeah.
Rick gets out, stands right in front of the guy, and the guy's alive. And
Yeah.
he shoots Rick a few times, and
Yeah.
Rick dies. And Jake Gyllenhaal walks up with the camera and films him literally take his last breath.
Yeah.
And he's like, sorry. What does he say? Did you write it down? He says something it's so creepy because he says, I couldn't risk the...
Oh, yeah. I don't have the whole thing.
Yeah.
But but Rick says you knew he was alive. You
Yeah.
know, he's like, you knew, and he's like, I cannot jeopardize the success of my company with an untrustworthy employee.
Yeah.
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 An untrustworthy employee.
Freaking... Then you're like, oh, okay, he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah.
He's not necessarily the antagonist of the movie.
No.
But he's a bad guy.
And in a way, he still really hasn't done anything wrong in a way.
Right there,
Yeah, right there. I mean,
he did.
that would technically be manslaughter. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Come stand in front of this guy who's going to murder you.
But he could also
I'll trick
be
you.
like, I didn't know he was alive.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Yeah.
And is it illegal to videotape people while they die? No,
No.
it's not.
Is it unethical?
Is it illegal to? But here's the other thing: is it illegal to chase a cop in a car chase? Yes, I would assume.
Especially like tailgating.
He's tailing him. They're going 150. He's running all the red lights. But let me say this: first of all, that scene is filmed really great. It's a great car chase.
Yeah.
And I'm really bummed they didn't show the footage that they captured because I'm like, dude, that would be the sickest thing
That'd be
ever to see on the
so
news.
cool.
Where it's basically a stunt driver following a car crash or a car chase.
The whole drift part.
Because you see it from helicopters
Yeah.
or whatever, but you don't see somebody just like hitting it sideways, like filming it. So that would have been cool.
That'd been really cool.
But yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So what did he do to the competitor's car?
Did he do anything?
He did something.
You think so?
You know, well, he had to have. Because why did all of a sudden he just run into a pole in the middle of the night? And he was at his car. Remember that scene? He's at his car, his van.
Oh, yeah.
But what
I
did
don't
he
know.
do? Did he just like
Brakes
unplug
or
his
something?
brakes or something?
That's tricky.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of forgot about that.
Because that's another thing where it's like he definitely made it so that because he was trying to get rid of the competition
Yeah, 100%.
after he lost that thing at the plane crash.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he
I
did.
didn't even think about that. I thought it was
Yeah.
just a coincidence.
Oh no, he
but
totally
yeah, I guess
did
there's
something.
no way. Huh. Who knows?
When Rick and Lou are running out of the house that got shot at, and basically like Lou's talking about how Rick should better himself. Again, that's just where it's like,
Yeah.
he's just like, you'd be using your Zoom and doing all this other stuff, and have the authority and to just like come into, insert yourself is like
Yeah.
what he says,
Yeah.
and it's just again, it's like. You're running out of a house that you saw like 3 dead people
Oh
in.
yeah, you saw people leave after you saw the gunshots.
Yeah.
and people leave. Yeah, and he basically says, I didn't know if you needed help. I didn't know if I needed to come in. He goes, you should be more assertive.
Yeah.
You should just come do. This is something that you should just be doing. It's so funny. It's so weird. It's so weird.
So those
Yeah.
are my notes.
Oh,
'cause we talked
those are
about
my
the other
notes.
ones.
What would you say about the story?
I have very little wrong with it.
Yeah.
I mean, the only part that felt just was a little much for me is when they're both watching the footage, him and the girl,
Yeah.
and they're like getting really weird about it.
Oh, there's just literally the dead guy is basically behind them on camera, and they're turning towards each other and getting all like they feel all hot and heavy.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
like, okay.
Weird. But you can tell they both kind of get off on it.
Yeah,
too,
100%.
So it makes sense why she wants it so bad.
No,
which is so
it's
weird.
creepy.
Yeah.
197.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to give it a 194.
Okay.
My big issues are one, I just think there was not enough kind of police involvement, I guess.
Mm-hmm. They did at the end.
They did at the
When they had
end,
the detectives.
but I just feel like it wasn't. I don't know. They just didn't get into it too much. Like, hey, did you do this? He's like, no. And they're like, oh, I know you did it, but I'm leaving now.
Yeah, I guess
that-
because they don't have
I
anything.
guess they don't
on
have
them.
anything,
Yeah.
but for him to be so close on these victims while the cops are there, and each time they're like, hey, get back.
Yeah.
At some point, I feel like somebody would be super angry, but unless it's different cops every time, then
It could be.
it's different.
Yeah.
So it felt a little off in that sense.
And maybe they are just used to people
Yeah.
doing that.
And it's hard to say what. I don't watch the news.
Mhm,
You know what I mean?
mhm,
I haven't seen an actual newscast
Yeah.
in a really long time. And I just don't know, do they show
That much.
that much?
Yeah.
Has anybody ever shown that much? Now, when they blur it out, I have seen stuff like that when it's
Yeah.
very pixelated.
Yeah, because I saw that and I was like, oh, okay, maybe they would have. I still don't know if they would have shown
Dead
dead
bodies
people.
that close,
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's legal.
I don't know.
I
mean, they say that they have to pixelate it to make it legal.
Yeah. So
but I don't know how realistic.
So there
it
are a
is.
couple like logistical details that felt a little bit off.
Yeah,
but
we
overall,
were thinking the same thing. It was like, can they show some of this?
But overall, I do like the premise of the movie. I do like the idea. I liked the writing
and the twists.
I liked his negotiation style, where he'd pick a number and he would only drop down to a certain number.
Yeah,
he was super weird and blackmaily, and and poor Rick. Okay, acting.
Okay, my 3 notes. We got Bill Paxton back.
Who's Bill Paxton?
Twister, the main guy in Twister.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah. You didn't realize that? As soon as you started talking, I was like, I forgot he was in this.
I didn't even realize that. I haven't seen Twister since I was like a kid, so.
Well, you can see Twisters eventually.
Yeah, many.
So he was great. And then my other 2 big ones was the dinner scene with Nina and Lou.
Yeah.
Because it just he starts out just normal, talking to her.
Yeah.
And then he gets into it. It's like blackmail, but it's also, it's not really though, because he's just stating the facts of, you need me and I want you. So if you want me still, then I want you,
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, in a way, it's kind of maybe, I wouldn't say really blackmailing, but more like threatening.
Yeah.
But it's just so creepy the way that he does it.
He's so weird about it.
And then the mirror scene.
And then all of a sudden he just wants sex.
Yeah.
Which is so weird.
I know.
Like, you want sex, bro? I mean, I know we all do, but he just seems like somebody who wouldn't need that in his life.
Maybe he's always wanted it and just,
no,
he finally got to a point where he can. And then the mirror scene.
The mirror scene, which I feel like I've seen before. Or a clip of it or something.
Yeah.
So good.
So good. The fact when he doesn't break it at first, that's like the most terrifying.
Yeah.
And you're thinking he's going to break it. And then, I mean, he does eventually. But even how the pieces fall on the mirror look cool.
He did so good.
He's a 200.
Movie. Yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal's 200. Honestly, everybody I think was great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out where I know Rick from, because he's been in several things.
Yeah, he's been in other stuff.
But where do I know him from? Rogue One is what I know him from.
Who's he in Rogue One?
He is. How familiar are you with Rogue One?
I've seen it once.
He's Bodhi, the pilot.
Okay. Is he one of like the
originally
4?
delivers the message to Saw Gerrera about the Death Star plans.
Oh, okay.
And then he dies in a very sad death. That's what I know him from.
He doesn't die like at the end with everybody else.
No. Well, he dies kind of right before that.
Oh, okay.
Just in the battle before the planet explodes, he
Okay.
dies in that battle because somebody
Okay.
chucks a grenade into his ship, and it's really sad.
Okay, yeah.
Can I get an F in the chat for Bodhi?
And Rick.
He gets his mind wiped or all jumbled around by this monster.
Mm-hmm.
Bugalig. It like sucks on your brain and it makes you go weird. So he goes, "My name is Bodhi. I'm the pilot. I'm Bodhi. I'm the pilot."
Bugalig.
Anyway, so yeah, everyone was great.
Yeah. So Jake Gyllenhaal is definitely a 200.
Definitely 200.
I'll give it a 198.
Okay.
And that's mainly everything with Jake Gyllenhaal. Bill Paxton did great.
Mm-hmm.
Nina did great. Rick was awesome. Honestly, he was really, really good too.
Yeah.
The other news guy that's against everything was fine.
Yeah.
So
I would
I'll
say
take
the
2
same.
points off for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 197 because same kind of the beginning. Just it's all the side characters a lot of times who are
they're fine
or whatever.
Yeah,
but they're not not great and not good enough to be ignored.
Yeah,
in a way,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
197.
But definitely,
Definitely 200, 800 for Jake
yeah.
Gyllenhaal. Good for him. Dude. Okay, I paid attention to the score,
So did I.
and maybe it's because it made me pay attention.
Yeah,
But it was really good.
it was good.
Very,
Especially
very,
that
very
opening
good.
song too.
Yeah.
It was just like
the
awesome.
opening
It
song
just kept
was
building
so
and
good.
building.
And when they're, oh my gosh, when they're sitting outside of the restaurant filming, that was great too.
That was great.
And when they go to the house where the shooting happens, also great.
I also like how it wasn't all the time just creepy, off-putting music.
No,
It was like it was almost just normal music playing over creepy parts, and so
Which is creepier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna make this really creepy like soundtrack that wasn't what made the scene creepy.
Right.
It was the acting and then the music
Yeah,
expanded upon that.
for sure.
So,
What would you give it? Do you have any notes about it?
just the opening song.
Yeah.
That was my main note.
Okay.
But I'll give it a 181.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 190,
Nice.
which is pretty high for a movie without the excitement of,
Without John Williams.
without jazz hands. Yeah. Okay, so vibe.
I'll do 199.
Okay. Okay. I got
Almost to 200.
almost a 200. Oof. I should have thought of this beforehand. You know what? Yeah, it's not a 200,
It's close though.
but it is close. I'd
It's
give it a
close.
199.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of complaints. Yeah.
So well made.
I really did like
Story flowed beautifully.
it. Yeah.
Acting was great.
I feel like my 8.8 was harsh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man.
Doesn't matter. My 1,000 matters. My
Even my
score out of
9's
1,000.
technically a little harsh.
Yeah.
It's just one of those movies where
It's not.
you can't always rewatch it.
Yeah, and it's not mega exciting,
No,
but it is kind of.
but it's so
It's
good.
kind of fun.
Yeah,
It honestly is like it's very similar to Source Code in that it's very kind of standalone. It's not the most exciting thing ever, but it's just this cool thing to spend a
Yeah.
couple hours with
Yeah.
and be like, oh, that was great. And then
Yeah.
kind of move on.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something you're thinking about forever and all this stuff. It's very contained, but well made. It's
Yeah.
great. It's a great movie.
But it's one of those I always want to recommend
Yeah.
because it's like you need to see it.
Yeah. What do you think you gave the movie?
945.
946.
946.
I probably gave it a 960. I'll bet I gave it more than you. 946. Craig, you gave it 975.
Holy crap.
And I gave it a 980.
I guess I only took a good amount of points off for this score.
This score, yeah.
Everything else is
Yeah, everything's
oh, yeah,
high
right.
190s,
Yeah.
200s.
Okay.
Yeah. Bad math there, kiddo. Bad math.
Yeah, yours was off too. so
Everything
shut
I
up.
did was either in the 190s or 200s.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Okay, box office. 2014? 2014.
2014.
Uh,
Rated R.
rated R. Oh, yeah, rated R.
Rated R.
Yeah. That is tricky.
Okay, I have a number.
I have a number 2. I had never heard of this movie. You know what? I'm going to try to go low on this one. Okay. You want to go first?
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
go
I'm
first.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
54.
40. Oh, I was going to say 46 and I messed up because you said 50, 46 million. You said 56. I was like 56. Wait, what did you say? 54?
54.
Okay. Interesting. We both guessed low.
Yeah.
I kind of was like, 100 million. I was like, you know what? I always do 100 million. Okay.
It's R, and again, Jake Gyllenhaal is not. It's not like a bring people to theaters
No.
in a way.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
it
you're
brings
totally
me to
right.
theaters, but not a
Okay.
ton of people,
Nightcrawler box office.
which is sad because he's so good.
He is so good.
He's so good. And we got him with the shirt off for like one quick second.
Did he? I don't
Yeah.
even remember that.
Yeah. When he's ironing his shirt, he doesn't have his shirt on.
So it turns out I'm really good at my job, dude.
They-
47 million.
Oh, dang.
Wow.
Nice job.
What a W, you guys.
47.
This is my year.
Wow. Shut up.
No. Absolutely
I'm
not.
coming back, okay?
Jeez, bro.
I saw this article.
Is that like our lowest? One of our lowest?
I thought Annihilation was
Renfield's
even lower than that.
26. So that's our lowest, I think. Don't Worry, Darling only did 87. That's kind of shocking.
Is Annihilation 43?
Annihilation was 43. Yeah, those are our three lowest.
Yeah,
Everything
Renfield's-
else we've done has
Wait, Kiss
done
Kiss
a-
Bang Bang. What was that?
Oh, wait, did I miss that one? When was that?
Not super long ago.
Kiss, Kiss, Bang, Bang.
Right after Holes. Right before Holes.
Did I not even? Oh, I have it. Oh, that was 15.
Okay, yeah. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's the
Okay,
lowest.
that's our
Yeah.
lowest. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I saw this article, and it was like a super far ahead guess of Dune Part 2, and they were anticipating an opening of like 75 million. And I'm like, oh, what?
Isn't it going to open to like 200?
Yeah.
75?
Well, freaking the first Dune in COVID, right? Because Dune, the first one
Was
released.
October 2021.
Yes. So still in the
Okay,
height of
yeah.
like not a lot of people going to theaters. It opened to like 50 something million. This is a sequel,
Yeah.
not during COVID. And what else is coming out at that point? People are
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
75 million? What the crap is wrong with
They're
you?
aiming low. Low. Do you Do you want to see Argyle soon? I want to see it.
I do want to see it. Much more than Madam Web.
Maybe we go on Tuesday
I want to see it way more than Madam Web.
or really late on another night
Yeah.
when all your kids are asleep. They won't even know. You snuck
Every
off to the
single
movies
kid
at
is
11.
asleep.
When every kid in the world is asleep, we will go to the movies. We're like Santa Claus.
Yeah, we should see Argyle, and then we should see Dune when it comes out.
Dune's March 10th,
Yeah.
1st.
March 1st?
I don't know.
March 1st.
Dune Part 2. What a great name.
Hey, The Marvels is on Disney Plus now.
Really?
Yeah.
I will have a good time not watching that.
Yep.
I might watch it. Who knows? I kind of wanted to see it, and then I never saw it because I didn't want to spend money on it, and now I don't have to.
Please see it so that you can let me know how bad it is. And let me
You
know
didn't
when
even
they,
see the first one. Okay, it is March 1st.
and let me know when they get to the singing planet.
No, wait, what? Is that real?
Oh my gosh, you haven't heard
Craig,
about that?
no.
They sing.
No.
They get to a planet where they can only sing.
Why do they keep singing in every movie? They sang in Mean Girls and didn't tell anybody they were going to do it, and it was horrible of them to do.
Yeah.
If you're going to make a musical, tell people that it's a musical.
Marvels, the musical.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so we'll see Argyle
Okay.
next week. And then we're
Or
doing
Roadhouse. Crap. When's
No,
Roadhouse?
I think Roadhouse is in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I think I'd rather see Argyle than
Yeah,
Roadhouse.
Argyle's
But
gonna be
we'll
good.
watch. But Roadhouse is gonna be free.
Roadhouse, yeah. What is it on?
I think it's on Prime.
Prime?
Is it on Prime? Roadhouse 2024.
If it is on Prime now, I'm a little like
Jake Gyllenhaal. What a spicy man.
Yeah.
Man's jacked to the nines. Okay, here we go. Roadhouse.
So weird
movie.
looking in Nightcrawler.
Really, so weird looking.
Dude, and he pulls off a man bun. Like, who does that?
March 21st. Oh, March 21st.
Oh.
So we gotta wait.
Whoa.
So we'll see Argyle.
Okay.
Then we will. Somebody's going to see Madam Web. Nobody knows. Maybe I will. I'm curious.
Ugh.
It's got Spider-Man in it. So I'm. But
Like
it's
actual Spider-Man,
Well,
though?
it's Middle Eastern fake Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's Bollywood
It's
Spider-Man.
Dakota Johnson, though.
And then we'll see.
You've seen
Dune.
50 Shades?
No, but I've seen.
It's so
I've
bad.
Seen Peanut Butter Falcon. She's in that. That's a great movie.
She's in Peanut Butter Falcon.
She's one of the 3 actors in that movie. She's the girl. She's the only woman in the whole movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. I love Peanut Butter
She falls in
Falcon.
love with Shia LaBeouf. Best choices that she's ever made. Okay, so we'll see Argyle next week.
Okay.
And then we won't see Madam Web,
No,
but I might.
you might.
And then we'll see Dune.
Yeah.
And then the next week, Kung Fu Panda 4.
Oh, that's right. They moved it.
Yeah.
So it didn't release with Kung Fu Panda
Yeah.
4. Or Kung Fu Panda 4 moved it, so it didn't release with Dune.
Yes. That's what we're doing.
Oh, man.
And it's going to be dope. And that's
Dude,
it.
Sunday,
Super Bowl.
Deadpool 3.
Deadpool
It's like all
3.
It's like all but confirmed that it's going to release during the Super Bowl.
I mean,
it still isn't confirmed.
Here's the thing. I remember 2 Super Bowls ago waiting the entire Super Bowl for the Kenobi trailer that was confirmed to come out, and it didn't happen.
Oh,
Nothing hurt me worse.
sad.
I was just waiting.
And then you waited, and the show came out.
And it was the
you're
best trailer ever, and then the show sucked so bad. So bad. Mostly. There was some great stuff, but mostly bad. Well,
okay.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
We got to do some new movies. We got stuff coming out.
I know.
It's time to do it. I got so many gift cards to movie theaters.
Okay.
And we got money from our lovely subscribers.
I have a Cinemark gift card.
Well, let's go see movies.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys, this is the year of new movies.
This is the year of all the movies. We're watching every movie this year.
All the movies, I know them.
Yeah.
What is that skit where the guy says, "Yeah, all the Twitters, I know them." What is that?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, dang. I'll figure it out.
I think you should leave, probably.
No, it's way old. It's way older than I think you should leave. Okay, well, we will see you next week.
Bye.
Except for it's your turn.
Oh, crap.
As fast as you can, go.
Vrabos eating Argyles can't talk. I only need tacos in my...
Estomago is the Spanish word for stomach.
Estomago.
Wait, what is Raybos?
I don't know.
Every other word flowed in the most perfect sentence I had ever seen and just was started with Raybos. Congratulations. Raybos.
Well, Raybos were eating Argyles.
They're knockoff Ray-Bans.
Oh.
You guys, today on our website, you can get your first pair of Raybos. Okay, bye. Rainbows. Oh, did you say rainbows?
Rainbows.
I think you said Raybos.
No, rainbows.
Oh, gosh. What? I swear I heard Raybo. R-A-B-O.
No, rainbows.
Oh, well, that's a real word. Okay.
Oh,